All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Hat Creek Interior Studios. We got a big, large, extra large, big Monday, you might say, kind of show tonight. Hanging out with you guys talking Texas Tech football, basketball, Lady Raiders, huge wins, big comebacks, all of that. College football playoffs to look back. You could even do a good, bad, and ugly recap. And yes, you read it right. If you read the slug, I think pro athletes should be able to go into the stands at least once a game, retaliate against stupid fans, and beat the ever living hell out of them. I think it would cure a lot of problems with the idiots in America. We'll talk about that. We'll get your comments, anything and everything on your mind tonight. And I'm going to tell you tonight, the show's going to be as good as you are. We want you to be great on that United Supermarkets chat line because my voice is hanging on by a very, very thin thread tonight. Allergies and everything else. It's like 83 degrees in West Texas. We should not be having this. We need cold weather. We need stuff to die. I was told there would be winter. There is no winter. So get your comments, your thoughts, your questions ready to go. 27 points enough for Tech against Oregon. What did you see against the Ducks and James Madison? Where do you rank that comeback? Anything and everything on your mind. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, the Raiderland.com. You start your day every day. We give you the thoughts in the morning, the question of the day, our good, bad, and uglies this morning. And then we roll out those cool, awesome Raiderland hot links, the best, hottest, freshest links from Raiderland and beyond, brought to you by Jackson Brothers Meat Locker in Post, Texas. Get in, get that world-famous jerky ordered, all your meats, all your cheeses, everything you need, they ship to you. Now, Christmas, obviously, they ain't going to make it happen. All right. New Year's, yeah. Bowl game, yeah, we probably get that done. So I tell them we said, hey, we're also brought to you tonight by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. He's worked with Texas Tech high-level athletes for decades. He can help you if you've overextended in the pickleball world. And if you're a grown man playing pickleball, we need to have another conversation. He can help you. But, I mean, just like the holidays, stress, everything, you ain't feeling right. He'll make it better. And of course, South Plains College, the road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. Check them out. Enrolling now for the spring. Great. Over 100, I think, degree programs now at South Plains College. A lot of great Red Raiders started off as great Texans. So get on the United Supermarkets chat line. Tell me what you're thinking tonight. Let's get this thing going. Happy to be anywhere, really. I mean, come on, right? 6 feet above, not 6 feet under. We're happy to be here. Happy to get this thing going. We have not done a live show since the Tech men came back from 17 down. Was it 17, 16? 17 down, 16-40 to play against Duke. Hey, come on. Who's going to be honest and say you left them for dead? I clicked over to look at the Oregon game, just thinking, all right, we'll get a little taste of what might be coming up. And then I clicked back over, and they're making some inroads. I'm like, well, I guess we'll keep watching. Lady Raiders yesterday, first win in Waco since I was doing the games in 2004. 31-game losing streak snap. Baylor not a rival. Here's the deal. Baylor not a rival. I hate the idea that Baylor became a, quote, rival against Texas Tech. Discussion for another time, but this Tech team is different. And then whatever else is on your mind. I don't know how long the voice is going to last, so you guys get the comments and questions in rolling. It's a whole lot easier for me to riff off your comments and questions than it is for me to preach a soliloquy, which I am more than capable of doing. Don't worry. Old Texas Tech man, 9144, highs. Or is that highs? Highsy? And then he comes back and says, hi, Ryan, I got your last show. I made a score prediction. Alabama 34, OU 27. You said no way. Alabama scoring 34 on OU. What does crow taste like? I don't know. I don't eat crow. But I do a show every night, 220 times a year. I make predictions. Some get right, some get wrong. I will say this. I think the game was fixed. No, I'm just kidding. But Oklahoma, to lose that game, had to go peak Sooners stupid, and they did. And Alabama gets smoked in the next round. Where are you, Ryan? I'm right here. Where are you is the bigger question. James gets in. He's an OG. Thumbs up. Used to be on the old days on Periscope. Me and Clay Travis on Periscope. Thumbs up. Get your guns up. Let us know the audio is good. Video's good, everything else, and we can get off and rolling. Meanwhile, back in the conversation, Jeff, on our YouTube channel, Ryan Heights Raiderland, you got us over the negative number hump. Now we're cruising for 700. I think we can get there this week. I really do. Definitely by the end of the year, I want 700. I think it'd be awesome to roll in like 777 on New Year's Eve going into the bowl game. So if you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up, like, share, invite people in. Duke win has to be in the top 3 all-time regular season wins. I'm not going to argue, and it's early, so we want to say like regular season wins, maybe Big 12 Southwest Conference on the way to a title. But where this team was, and coming off the poor defensive outings against Arkansas, against Northern Colorado, and everything that lined up against it, this is maybe, if not the biggest, the most improbable win, and maybe the most improbable comeback I've seen. In about 1983, Texas Tech was down, I think, 10 points to Texas at the Coliseum with a minute and a half to play. They came back and won. This was without the 3-point shot. Bubba Jennings, Jeff Taylor, they intercept a bunch of inbound passes and got fouled and laid it up and hit shots. That was probably, and somebody can look this up on the internets, probably Lubbock Online, the AJ, Don Williams, can double check the year. I want to say it was 83, maybe 84, but anyhow, like one of the greatest moments ever in Southwest Conference and certainly Lubbock Coliseum history. Talking about comebacks and comebacks alone. From my standpoint, I think the biggest comeback I ever called with Texas Tech Lady Raider basketball, 2000 Sweet 16, Memphis, Tennessee, playing at the Pyramid against Notre Dame, team that had beaten you the year before in Lubbock as a number 1 seed. They take you down. They take you down in the second round, and you still had to host the regional. That sucked. But you got down 17-2 to start the game. Lady Raiders fought all the way back, won that game in March of 2000. The comeback against Duke, improbable. There was no way it should happen. No way. There was no way you should hang with them. They had the front court. They had everything. Then you got foul trouble and people fouling out. You got nobody. Toppin trying to play with 8 fouls for 28 minutes. It seemed like it. You're sending freshmen out there. You're sending like 6'4" dudes out to guard 6'10" dudes. Can't be done. Huge win. Massive. Old Texas Tech, man. Big win. Texas Tech basketball, Wreckham Tech. JMU exposed Oregon. Or did they? Or did we just learn what we already thought we knew about Oregon, which is really good offense, good to pretty darn good defense, and Oregon took their foot off the gas? It's kind of where I am on that, you know? Mike, howdy from the Lady Raider show at Rudy's. Krista Gerlich. I don't know. Is this first show or second show? I don't know. Hey, tell Fink, Mark Fichtner, I said hey, and tell Coach Gerlich, thumbs up, congratulations. I texted her yesterday. I said, I said, God help me, there's nothing better than beating Baylor these days. Beautiful to see. Hope it's a good crowd out there. Holidays and everything, never know what you're doing. Wish I had $1 for every coach's show I hosted or show I did at Rudy's. Oh, wait, I did. I do have dollars for that. James, every time I thought men's basketball was dead, they'd make a run. Women's basketball had a culture change. I like the way you put that on both of those, that every time, first half, second half, that you thought Tech was about to get just knocked down on the canvas at Madison Square Garden, they had a little 4-0, 6-0 run. They popped back. They got back on Duke. And you kept going. And then in the second half, Duke, by the way, Mike Krzyzewski does not coach there anymore because they were poorly coached in the second half. All they had to do every time down, feed the ball inside, feed the ball inside, feed the ball inside. That I would have told the players in a timeout with about 12 minutes to go, if you take a shot farther out than 10 feet, I will dock you $5,000 on NIL. 100% I can do it now. I will bust you. I will fine you for every shot beyond 10 feet. to have a great comeback, and does nothing to say anything negative about Texas Tech or any team that has a great comeback, but you have to have the yin to the yang on the other side, which is usually a team going brain dead in some form or facet. And Duke helped you. They went brain dead offensively, poorly coached team. Now, women's basketball, culture change. It's been ongoing the last couple of years. The culture has been changing. The athletes had. Now the athletes are changing. You're getting the better athletes. You're getting the better players. There was not a culture change, but there was a culture in place for Lady Raider basketball in 1988 and 89, and they, weren't making the tournament. And then 90, they barely make the tournament. Was it 90, 89, 90? Yeah, 90, they make the tournament, go lose at NIU. It'd be Northern Illinois for you folks. And then all of a sudden get a few better players in, and yeah, the culture and everything. Culture and talent is what's kicking in right now for Krista Gurley. My voice is just about gone. I need you guys on the United Supermarket chat line. Help me out, all right? Give me great questions, great comments, because, yeah. But don't worry, before I lose my voice, I will tell you why I think pro athletes should be allowed to go into the stands, football, basketball, baseball. The DK Metcalf suspension, there will be lawyers. Thank you, Andrew Brandt. If you don't follow at Andrew Brandt on Twitter, you should. There will be lawyers. It'll be reduced. I'll give you my thoughts on that before it. But yeah, I think athletes should be allowed to go into the stands. I think one of the big problems we have in sporting events of America today is idiot fans think they can do anything, say anything, and act any way they want to. And, oh, you can't touch me. Well, what if we change that? Jeff, I hope men's basketball staff learns something about how to leverage a small lineup going forward. Well, no, they need to be healthy and get Mboye back and need to be able to leverage a big lineup. You win in spite of a small lineup, not because of a small lineup. Lady Raiders in the top 25 for the first time since 2012. Seems like yesterday. And if you told me, by the way, the longest streak for Tech men's basketball to be ranked was 17 weeks, I would have totally lost that bet. I really would. Now, again, you got to forgive me having called Lady Raider games for years. I mean, it was like, Lady Raiders in the rankings for the 8th straight year, not weeks, but not months, but like years. His name is Robert C. He was not a showgirl, I don't think. Good. Oklahoma first quarter, bad entire Aggie game. Ugly. OU second quarter, great. Tech basketball looking good. Orange Bowl, by the way, what's Tech going to wear? I have no idea what Tech's going to wear. They should be as a higher seeded team, the home team. So what will that look like? I would love for them to wear the very traditional black helmet. Go with the real double T, by the way. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Real double T. Bring the real double T to the Orange Bowl. Red top, white pants, stripes, black shoes. There you go. That's what I'd wear. The best homage to the great history of all the fans, whether they're in their 80s or whether they're 8 years old, and to see the classical Texas Tech look in the college football playoff on the Orange Bowl stage against whatever football costume Oregon shows up in that night, and you wear the great look, and you go with it. All right? That's what we want to see. Michael's on YouTube. Brian Knights, Raiderland. Didn't you say since game day said Oklahoma would win, that Alabama was going to win? That is a cool prediction that came true. Did I say that? If I said that, it was very good. I thought Oklahoma was going to win. I thought OU would win. They're probably still the better team, but they didn't win. Bubba Jennings was a beast. Great guy, too. Good dude. Got to know him, interview him a couple of times. If there'd been a 3-point line when he played at Texas Tech, somebody went back and did the analysis and broke down a bunch of film, he would have scored 72,000 points. Pretty sure that's factual. JCTT, is Tech men's basketball going to come out of pre-conference with better net than last year? Yeah, you're at 22 today. You're 19 or 18 on the Hoops HD. You're sitting on that 4 or 5 line. So going into Big 12 play, you're going to be better situated than you've been, gosh, even in the 19-year national championship run year. And what was it 23? I'm trying to remember 23. You're better positioned. You've played a better non-conference deal. You got two really good wins. LSU, Duke, God, Illinois. And if you'd been able to get Arkansas, holy crap, you'd be in the top 10 right now. But the bottom line is you go into the Big 12, you're going to be positioned right next to a 4 line, and nothing changes after that, that in order to protect that seed or earn that seed in the Big 12, you're still going to have to finish top 4 or 5 minimum. Probably top 4 if you want to be a, 2-3 line. You want to be a 1 line, you got to win the Big 12. All right. Okay, go win the Big 12. But you've got a chance. 2-3 is the same thing. And anymore now, I think from a power conference standpoint, as long as I'm not on the 8-9 line, I really don't care that much beyond what's a horrible matchup in the second round for me, like a couple of years ago, Tech and NC State, when you just didn't have an answer on the inside. So long answer, short question. You're going to go into Big 12 play better situated than you've been since at least 19. I think maybe even better than 19. I'm going to it. Hoopshd.com. Look at the nitty gritty numbers. They're great. Bracketville.wordpress.com. They'll update their bracket and their seed lines, I think, tomorrow, JC. So look at that. Jeff, going back to the NIT last season, it seems Krista and the team figured it out. So good to see. Yeah, that you also had that summer deal in Germany where they played well and developed culture, chemistry, all those things. I think it's all coming to fruition. That's what it's all about. And the talent. They're getting better talent. You got to give Groves respect for the way he guarded Boozer. You don't guard Boozer, you just grab on and hold on for life and hope to God the officials allow you just a decent chance to do anything. My goodness. That dude, somebody get him in the NBA. And Texas Tech will be able to say, in the 1 year he was in college basketball, you beat him, unless you play him again, and then you can say you beat him twice. Hold on. We are live, Trace. Merry Christmas. If my voice gets any lower, I can start doing some Sam Elliott impersonations like he used to do for radio commercials back in the 1990s when, did you ever hear the commercials and then say, celebrity voices impersonated? That was me. Yeah. I should really take up smoking if my voice is going to do this. JCTT, we've learned nothing new from the Ducks. I'm going to stop right there and say, I agree. I don't think we learned really anything new. We know they've got a great offense, maybe the best quarterback. Take away Heisman Trophy stuff. And what about 2 or 3 pros on the offensive line? We already knew that. Defense, really good, not great. Not Tech, Indiana, Ohio State great, in my opinion. Very good, very fast. Yes, they are. James Madison scoring in garbage time means 0. We've seen that game all season around here. Fact. Did I call Lady Raider basketball when Stacy Siebert played? Yes, I did. 2 years? I think I did 2 years. Stacy Siebert out of Tascosa, Amarillo, Tascosa, with Kristen Von Netzer, 2 highly recruited players off really good Amarillo, Tascosa teams from 1988. They both played to their sophomore year, and they both left the program after sophomore year and did not continue their education. Von Netzer went to North Texas, and I believe she finished her career there. And let's see. Oh, no. I'm thinking of Tiffany Hobbs. But yes, I did. Sorry. Stacy Siebert, Tiffany Hobbs. Sorry. Brunettes, long time ago. Yes, Stacy Siebert too. Stacy Siebert graduated in 89. Was she 89? So, yeah. Sorry, I was just trying to get Tiffany Hobbs some recognition and Amarillo, Tascosa, since my dad coached at Tascosa. But yes, I did the games when Stacy Siebert was playing for the Lady Raiders. Good kid. Well, she wasn't a kid. I mean, she's not a kid now. We were kids. Joseph, I haven't seen any team, football or basketball, that Tech should fear. Respect, yes. Fear, hell no. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Hell no to the fear. And then Jeff, Orange Bowl will be the best game of the college football playoff. We will win. I'll see you all in Atlanta. I love the matchup, and I truly think this could be the matchup, offense, defense, from right there. And we've been telling you for about a week or so, hey, if it's Oregon, Oregon's going to be favored. Oregon was favored on the look ahead. They were favored when the lines came out Saturday night, Sunday. They're favored today by 1. So why? All right. There are 2 advanced metrics where Oregon and Texas Tech are incredibly close. One is DVOA. I don't have time to explain it. You can Google it. The other is EPA. The Oregon offense has enough of a gap, DVOA and EPA offense, to get you that 1 point. There's also the tax in there on, hey, Oregon's a known quantity, Texas Tech's not. Well, that's how you end up there. Now, I think a real line, if I were doing one, I would have opened it Texas Tech minus 6.5. And we'll see what happens. We got a little time. Trace, my prediction, which will be wrong, is the Orange Bowl will be won or lost in the trenches as it should. Every game is. Their O-line, Tech's D-line. Tech's D-line, their O-line. Versus vice and vice versa. Did you hear about the Texas Aggie who thought vice versa was dirty poetry? Yeah, true story. Robert C. gets in on Facebook. Ryan Heights, Raiderland, free Facebook. Subscribe to everything. We give you the all sorts of different stuff on Facebook, including, but not limited to, your daily dose of West Texas, which I think people kind of like. No, we didn't see a bunch of garbage time TDs around here. Oregon looked No, we didn't. You saw a bunch of garbage time TDs. Tech scored them. That's what he's talking about. Oregon looked gassed in that game, garbage time or not. I didn't think they looked gassed, and when I watched, oh, they had a bunch of backups in. Do we see that 1.5 moving around before game day? Yeah. And I can see anytime you see a line get hung 2 weeks out, and if it's this close, it's not unusual to see it flip favorites back and forth a little bit. Watch the juice on where it's moving. I think it goes off pick. Or I don't know. It'll hang around so long. Because already this morning, people were talking nationally. Can't believe Texas Tech is getting points. Can't believe, you can get Tech plus money, take a money line. Don't worry about that. Okay, so early on, the sports books limit what you can bet. So a typical week, and then we got 2 weeks on this, but a typical week, say in an NFL, I'm going to use NFL for example. So Sunday night, they hang the lines for the next week's games. Typically, your limit bet could be anywhere from $500 to maybe $1,500, depending on who you are and what you can do. It stays that way till about Tuesday, Wednesday. They wait and they look not at the dollars, but who's betting what. They know the sharp bettors. So the line gets adjusted depending on, okay, what did Billy Walters do? Did Billy Walters come in and put $1,500 down on the Bears at minus 2.5? And they begin to adjust that. The limits go up closer to game day. Exacerbate that. So the limits will rise at the books over the next 2 weeks. What's the early money going to do? What's the respected early money going to do? I would posit that it'll sit on the sidelines for a while with this Tech Oregon game from a betting standpoint, because at -1, I really don't have anything I've got to go get right now. I don't have to bet that right now. If I'm fully convicted on one side or the other, I don't have to do it unless I've got a syndicate and a group of bettors that maybe we want to move the line a certain way. So we come in and we drop via syndicate and others, and we put together about $20,000 at a certain book, and we drop it on Oregon. All right, -1. Well, it drives that number to 2. It moves it incrementally. Now, what do we really want? Do we want 2.5? We want 3? So we do that. We see if the book adjusts, if it moves. Because what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we can only bet 20,000 then. Well, here in about a week, I can bet 50,000. I come back and hammer Texas Tech after I move the line in favor of Oregon, Tech getting points, and I come back as a group and I go, all right, I got it where I want it. I got Tech plus 3.5. Whammo. And we do that. That never happens, by the way. Don't even think that ever happens. Yeah. Do you think the line will change to even by game day? Jeff, in case you missed it, Kansas City Chiefs will be leaving Arrowhead to a new stadium across the border in Kansas. Patrick Mahomes killed Arrowhead Stadium. Film at 11. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Chris, put 250 on Tech to win it all. What the hell? Exactly. What the hell? Why not? UTEP, a.k.a. you taking points. All right, a few more minutes left. I've got just enough voice. So DK Metcalf gets suspended after going to the stands and taking a swipe at a Detroit fan this weekend, this Sunday. I submit to you that I think pro athletes should be allowed to retaliate against stupid fans. That the problem we have with stupid fans is that they think, oh, I can't be touched. I can say anything. I can do anything. I can do anything I want. I can say anything, and you can't come get me. That I think if 6'9", 6'10" pro basketball players went into the stands at NBA games, it would probably clean up a lot of language, clean up a lot of stuff. Same thing NFL games. I have heard things uttered from the stands that I'm just like, you guys got to be kidding me. But people say it because they have this invisible wall protecting them that they think nothing will ever happen. The NFL comes back today, suspends Metcalf. Turns out this same fan, not allegedly, but in 22, 23, and 24, the last 3 seasons, that Metcalf has reported this fan to the league. The fan's lawyered up, says he didn't say anything racially. Well, it doesn't have to be racial. Let's take racial out of it. You don't say anything racially to me to make me want to kick your ass. So I think what we really need is more ass kickings of fans by players to eliminate a lot of the garbage. Now, I'm not saying this man allegedly in question in this certain incident necessarily is the guy who necessarily needs his ass kicked. But I don't know. If you got complaints filed against you 3 straight seasons, in the words of Bill Parcells, it's not your fault, but you're always here. So yeah, I'm not really being funny when I say if you took the veil of protection away from fans, they would never walk up to an NFL player, an NBA player, a Major League Baseball player with a bat and say the things they say from the stands. Just because you buy a ticket doesn't mean you get, in my opinion, doesn't mean you get to say anything you want, do anything you want with no repercussion. Consequences and repercussions should be real. That's part of the problem with society these days. Kids, grown-ups, everything in between. Protected from the repercussions of your actions by some invisible wall of stupidity. So when I see what happened over the weekend, it doesn't shock me. Again, I have heard things said by fans to college athletes and otherwise that just boggle my mind. But the reason people say it, and don't blame alcohol, and don't blame whatever. No, they think they can get away with it. Why do they think that? Well, it's been reinforced. If I were the NFL, I'd come back and say, all right, once a game, we're going to allow one 6'4", 270-pound man to come into the stands and do what he wants if he thinks you've made him mad. There you go. People are going to see this and think I'm kidding. People who know me know I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. Hank Williams Jr. had a great song called Attitude Adjustment. In about, I don't know what the percentage is, but a lot of Americans need an attitude adjustment, you know, in so many different ways. All right, my voice is about shot. We've had a hell of a show brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic. Go to their website, go to their Facebook page, The Power of Five. Tell them thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for supporting Raiderland. Same thing, United Chat Line, Hat Creek Interiors. You don't have to own a ranch to live like you do. Check out their showroom in Lubbock, 10101 South Slide Road or hatcreek.us. They ship to you. And, of course, South Plains College. You know, you could be nice to our sponsors. That would be really be something special. Really would be. We'll clean up a few more messages coming in on the United Supermarkets chat line. Fire away, get in. As long as they're coming in real quick, I'll get to what we can. Trace, my man, suspension BS. Let's have real accountability. I was spit on as a player in high school. It starts early. I could leave my dad out of this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a Coach Hyatt joke. He did not spit on people, for the most part. Maybe Monterey players. James, UIL gave refs the ability to kick out fans or Dans. Damn Dans. Freaking Dans. What's your name? Dan. Get your ass out of here. With no warning. Small towns are finding out how fast a mouth gets them kicked out. I love it. Beautiful. As my dad said once upon a time, Coach Hyatt, the greatest team you could ever coach would be a team of orphans with no parents. He's a David Collier, but not the David Collier. Invisible wall of stupidity is in many places, just not games. Oh, you got that right. And not just games. I mean, from keyboard warriors to people who assume fake names and go on radio station chat lines and do this and that. And I'm just like, what the hell are you doing with your life? You know, how the hell are you exceeding that you've got so much time to be on these things? We know who you are. We get it. Yeah, it's the keyboard warrior. It's the invisible wall of protection that allows the stupidity. And I think we'd be much better off if you drop that wall and you just got to do what you do. I don't know. I talk too much. What do I know? All right. The voice is shot. We've had a good time. We'll have this posted on the website, theraiderland.com. Tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow, Tuesday's best. Yeah. It will be here tomorrow, Christmas Eve. We will have a column. We will not have a show Christmas Eve. And to take Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, but we're going to be back coming up on Friday kicking ass. So that'll be good. Now, don't tell my wife, but just because we're not doing a show doesn't mean we won't be on the Facebook page for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland or Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. The show never ends. Are you not entertained? On my signal, unleash hell. All right, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys. No, Trace, you take a day off. I don't want to take a day off. All right, we got to get out of here. I got nothing left. Consequences and repercussions. Great name for a fantasy football team. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Did I end it? Is it over? Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah, check out everything we do. Free of charge, theraiderland.com. Now can I hit the button? Is that okay? Can we do that?